എല്ലാവർക്കും ലളിത് പി എസ് സിയുടെ പുതിയൊരധ്യായത്തിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. HSA ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് നോട്ടിഫിക്കേഷൻ വന്നിരിക്കുന്ന ഈ സാഹചര്യത്തിൽ ഇനിയുള്ള എപ്പിസോഡുകളിലായി HSA ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് സിലബസിന്റെ അടിസ്ഥാനത്തിലുള്ള ക്ലാസ്സുകളാണ് ലളിത് പി എസ് സിയിൽ നിന്നും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ലഭിക്കുന്നത്. ഏവർക്കും ലളിത് പി എസ് സി അക്കാദമി ഓഫ് ഇംഗ്ലീഷിന്റെ പുതിയൊരധ്യായത്തിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. The 19th century was a period of great artistic, literary, and intellectual transformation, heavily influenced by Romanticism. This movement, which emerged in the late 18th century, flourished throughout the early and mid 19th century, shaping literature, art, music, and philosophy. It was a reaction against the rationalism of the Enlightenment and the mechanization of the Industrial Revolution. So let's discuss the key features of Romanticism. First one, emphasis on emotion and imagination. Romanticism celebrated intense emotions, individual experience, and the power of the imagination over reason and logic. Second one, nature as a source of inspiration. Poets and artists saw nature as sublime, powerful, and spiritually rejuvenating. Third one, focus on the individual and the heroic. Romantic literature often featured lone heroes, rebels, and visionary figures. Fourth one, nationalism and folklore. Many romantics were inspired by their cultural heritage, leading to an interest in folklore, myth, and national identity. Fifth one, critique of industrialization. Romantics opposed the dehumanizing effects of industrialization and urbanization, longing for a return to nature and the simplicity of rural life. Mysticism and the supernatural. There was a fascination with dreams, the mysterious and the supernatural, which often appeared in literature and art. And by the mid to late 19th century, we can see realism and naturalism began replacing romanticism, focusing on everyday life, social issues, and scientific objectivity. However, the romantic ideals continued influencing symbolism, impressionism, and even the modernist literature in the 20th century. Romanticism's celebration of emotion, nature, and the individual still resonates in literature, film, and art today. So, in this session, we are going to discuss P B Shelley. P B Shelley was a major English romantic poet known for his radical ideas, lyrical poetry, and visionary themes. Once again, P B Shelley was a major English romantic poet known for his radical ideas, lyrical poetry, and visionary themes. His works often explored the themes of freedom, nature, love, political revolution, and the power of imagination. Despite his short life, Shelley's poetry has had a lasting influence on English literature and continues to be studied and admired even today. One of the major English romantic poets and is regarded by the critics as amongst the finest lyric poets in the English language. P B Shelley was born on August 4th, 1792 in Sussex, England. So we can see it's Horsham. Horsham is actually നമുക്ക് പറയാൻ സാധിക്കും അതൊരു പ്രവിശ്യയാണ്. ഓക്കെ, സസെക്സിലുള്ള മറ്റൊരു പ്രവിശ്യയാണ് ഹോർഷാം. സോ ഹോർഷാമില് സസെക്സിലെ ഹോർഷാം എന്ന് പറയുന്ന പ്രവിശ്യയിൽ 1792 ഓഗസ്റ്റ് 4th പി ബി ഷെലി ജനിക്കുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, ആൻഡ് he attended the Eton College and later Oxford University, where he developed his radical political and philosophical ideas. So, Eton കോളേജിലെ ഫോമർ സ്റ്റുഡന്റ് ആയിരുന്നു പി ബി ഷെല്ലി. ഓക്കെ, ആൻഡ് അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ റാഡിക്കൽ ആയിട്ടുള്ള, അതായത് ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ ദ പൊളിറ്റിക്കൽ ആൻഡ് ദ ഫിലോസഫിക്കൽ ഐഡിയാസ് എല്ലാം രൂപം കൊള്ളുന്നത് ഈറ്റൺ കോളേജിലുള്ള അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ ലൈഫിൽ നിന്നാണ്. ആൻഡ് ഹി വാസ് എക്സ്പെൽഡ് ഫ്രം ഓക്സ്ഫോർഡ് ഇൻ 1811 ഫോർ പബ്ലിഷിംഗ് ദ വർക്ക് നെസസിറ്റി ഓഫ് എതെയിസം, which criticized the religious orthodoxy. So, if we so we can expect a question right from here. He published a work 1811 while he was a student of Oxford in the name of the necessity of atheism, and it actually made an uproar in the time, and that made his expulsion from the Oxford University. He married Harriet Westbrook in 1811, but later he left her and married Mary Wollstonecraft Gorbin, who is later known as Mary Shelley. Of course, we know the author of the famous horror novel Frankenstein. He died in a boat accident off the coast of Italy in 1822 at the age of 29. The themes in Shelley's works. First one, freedom and revolution. Many of his works promote political and social change inspired by the French Revolution and his belief in individual liberty. Second one, nature and the sublime. He saw nature as a powerful, almost divine force that could inspire and transform the human spirit. Third one, love and idealism. His poetry often explores the deep emotional and philosophical aspects of love. Fourth one, power of imagination. Shelley believed poetry had the ability to change the world by inspiring people to think differently. Notable works of P B Shelley. First one, Ozymandias, which is published in 1880. A famous sonnet about the fleeting nature of power and human ambition. It describes a ruined statue of a once mighty king, symbolizing the inevitable decline of the empires. Second one, To a Skylark, which is published in 1820. It's a celebration of the bird's joyous song, contrasting it with human sorrow, and it explores the themes of beauty, inspiration, and the limitations of the human experience. Third work, Ode to the West Wind, 1819. It's a powerful poem where the wind symbolizes both destruction and renewal. It expresses the Shelley's desire for his ideas to spread like the wind and spark change in the society. The Mask of Anarchy was another work written by Shelley in 1890. It's a political poem written in response to the Peterloo massacre in England. It encourages peaceful resistance against the oppression and tyranny. So, you have to mark this question. The Mask of Anarchy, which is published in 1819, as he wrote it in response to the Peterloo massacre in England. So, we could expect a question from here. So, be careful about it. Okay. Then the next one, Prometheus Unbound, which is published in 1820. It's a lyrical drama. So listen, Prometheus Unbound is actually a lyrical drama that reinterprets the myth of Prometheus, symbolizing human defense against the oppression. So the particular work has themes of hope, freedom, and enlightenment. Then the famous Adonai, which is published in 1821. It's an elegy mourning the death of fellow poet John Keats. So it's another important work. It's another important work by Shelley. After all, we can expect another question right from here. Shelley's Adonai, which is published in 1821. First one, it's the year of publication, 1821. Then the next one, it's an elegy. It's after all an elegy mourning the death of the fellow poet John Keats. So from this single work, we could expect one, two, three, yes, three questions minimum. Adjourn, first one, is Adjourn, which is published in 1821. Then it's an elegy, and it's an elegy mourning the death of the fellow poet John Keats, and it celebrates the immortality of the poetic genius and the transcendence of the soul. The seventh one, Alastor, the spirit of solitude. So Alastor have an alternative title, or we can say it have another important subtitle called The Spirit of Solitude. It's published in 1816. It explores the journey of a poet in search of ideal beauty, ultimately leading to loneliness and death. So definitely, we can expect a question right from here. First one, of course, the spirit of solitude. It's Subtitle. Otherwise, we can expect a question like this: which poem of Keats explore the journey of a poet in search of ideal beauty, ultimately leading to loneliness and death? And the answer is Alas Job, the Spirit of Solitude, which is published in 1860. It reflects Shelley's belief in the purest of the higher truth and artistic inspiration. Shelley's legacy. Though not widely recognized during his lifetime, Shelley's works gained immense popularity after his death. His ideas on freedom, social justice, and the power of poetry influenced later writers and thinkers. Today, he is regarded as one of the greatest romantic poets, with his works studied for their rich imagery, musical quality, and profound philosophical depth.